Okay, so now we want to talk about multiple joins. So I've done a couple of videos already on joins, connecting two tables and using inner join and left join and right join and doing self joins. But I haven't talked about how you would go about joining a series of tables. So that's what I'm going to do here. Now I've got a new SQL file for you to download. This is actually going to create a brand new database with a whole bunch of tables in it. The link is down in the description for you. You can copy that. You can copy and paste this, or you can download the zip, expand it, and then use the import tab to select the SQL file and then run that. It'll create this database called Classic Models and input all these tables right here. So we have all of this. This is meant to represent a company that sells scale models of different kinds of vehicles. Now we have employees that work for the company. They belong to an office. Employees have certain customers. The customers place orders. The customers also have payment information. Inside the order, you have order details. So there's a series of lines, order items, which are the different items that were placed in each of the orders. So that's the connection here. Then you've got the products that are in those order details. So each one of the order details lines has a different product. Each one of the products belongs to a different product line. So you can see the connection just talking about it. These lines indicate the relationship. So this is a one-to-many relationship. So that's what these three lines right here. So each product line that appears here, this is the primary key. That's what the asterisk means. Each one of these product lines can appear multiple times inside the products table on multiple rows. Then the product code here will appear here. So you've got a whole bunch of the same product code appearing inside this table. Now, the order number plus product code, those two things together create the primary key. So these two asterisks here means both of these things together have to be unique. Not on their own, but together. The order number here, this is the primary key. This is the unique one. So this order number can appear multiple times. This product code can appear multiple times. But you should only ever have one row where you've got the same order number and product code, the same combination of order number and product code. Customers place multiple orders. So the one-to-many relationship here, the single row, or the single column rather, with the primary key. So the customer number shows up here multiple times, but only once over here. And this is a one-to-one relationship. So the customer number has information about their payment. Employees, this sales rep employee number, that actually connects to the employee number here. So this is the one-to-many relationship. There's a self join. That's what this one is. So there's a reports to and an employee number. So every employee has another employee number who is their boss. The only one who doesn't is the person at the very top of the chain. They've got null for this value. Everybody else has a number here. And then office code links to the office code down here. So a one-to-many relationship there. All right, so what I want to do as an example, as an extreme example of joining together a whole bunch of tables, I want to find a list of all the products that were ordered if the product belongs to the product line over here called planes, and if the employee who sold the customer the order, and the order contains order details which include the product code from the planes product line, if that employee worked in the address which is the city of Sydney. So we're going to tie together offices, employees, customers, orders, order details, products, and product lines. All of those things together to get our record set. Now, we can join them all together, just saying join, 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 join. But without that on clause connecting them, giving them the relationship, or if we just listed off all the tables and then put the two where conditions in there, what we're actually going to get is the square product of all of those things. And if you take the total number of records in each one of these tables, in each one of these 7 tables, and multiply them all out, you actually get a result which is 14.8 trillion rows So that's almost the number of milliseconds since the start of the Unix epoch, January 1st, 1970. We're up to about 15 trillion now. Oh, wait, sorry. No, it's 1.5 trillion that we're at now. So that's even more than the number of milliseconds since the January 1st, 1970. So it's a huge, huge number if we don't do the proper filtering on our join. So we have to do the correct connection with these tables to make sure that we're filtering the results as we're putting the tables together. Okay, so what we're going to do, I just wrote the first couple of lines here. We want where the product line equals planes and where the city, the office city, is in Sydney. There we go. So this is our filter. This is our where condition, these two things right here. The rest of it is just in our from clause. We're going to connect a table to a table to a table. Over here on the side, here's the list of all of our tables. Oh, actually, if you ever want to see something like this diagram, I've generated a PNG for this, but you can. Here, let me copy this. In PHPMyAdmin, if you go over to the More tab for, sorry, not the table, but if you go to the database, there we go, right to the database, and you go to the More, there is a designer link right here. If I click on that, here's all those tables. So we can actually drag them around. It's going to show us the relationship between these. So there's product lines and products, orders. This is, I think, employees. Yeah, so we'll put that over here. Offices we'll put over here like this. Orders, customers we'll put in the middle. Payments goes here. And order details is going to go up at the top. Now we can expand this to make it easier to read as well. We can actually full screen this. There's an option on the left here, right here, view in full screen. There we go. So here's the same thing as that PNG that I had with all the tables, and it has the color-coded lines to show that the product line connects to the product line, product code connects to product code, order number connects to order number, customer number appears here as well as here, employee number is connected to the sales rep employee number, and office code is connected to office code, reports to is connected to employee number. So you get these little lines over on the side that are telling you the connection between those. Okay, so that's in PHPMyAdmin. If you want to play around with that, the designer, it can be useful sometimes to help you visualize how the tables are connected. And we get these lines showing up because we do actually have the foreign keys defined. So it knows what the connections are. Okay, so let's go back and start our query here. All right, these are the two that I'm going to display. I'm also going to do something from the customers table. We'll take the customer name. We'll do those. Now, this is where we start to have to connect all the tables. Understanding the order that these things happen in, it's going to make it much easier for us to write this from clause. So product lines to products, to order details, to orders, to customers, to employees, to offices. That's the order that we're going to add these in. If you remember in the last video on joins, we were talking about left and right joins, and it does make a difference depending on which order you write them in. So we're going to do this from left to right. This table, this table, this table, then here, then here, then here, then here. So we want to follow that order when we write the tables out. Okay, so from product lines as PL, inner join products as P. Okay, so we're taking two fields from the P. We're going to get the product line from P. We could get it from PL as well. It wouldn't make a difference here. We could put the PL like that. No, I'm going to have to fix this. There we go. I'll pause this. I'll retype this. Okay. Okay, and now we're going to do our first on clause. We're going to connect these two tables. Now we can say on, and that's fine. I'm going to do this one with on, but there's another keyword called using. If both tables that you're connecting together, that you're joining together, if the column name that you're using as to connect the two of them, if the column name has the same name in both tables, you can say using and then the column name instead of this syntax. So this is the one that we've done previously. So on PL dot product line equals P dot product line, and that's fine. So we started product lines, moved to products. Next, we're going to look at order details. So we're taking the result of those two things. We're taking this combined data and we're going to join that with the order details as OD. And I'll show you the other one now. So using, and the value that they have in common is the product number. If we come over here, we look in order details, columns, or sorry, product code. That's why I opened this up. This is the one that we want to use here, product code. It's inside of order details, and it's also inside of products. If we open this up, product code. So product code and product code. It's the same name in both places. So we can just do that. Let me expand this to make it easier for you to read. There we are. So first choice, you can use on, set them equal to each other, or if the names are the exact same in both tables, you can do using and put the name inside parentheses like this. And that's what I'm going to do for most of these. I can't do it for customers and employees because the field names are different, but for the rest of them, I'm going to use using. So order details, we're going to connect with orders as O, using order number. I'm just going to double check that. Yep, order number, that's the one we want. Inner join, so from orders we go to customers as C, and up here I used this field from the customers. I'm going to display the customer name as well, using customer number. And let's just double check that. So inside of our orders table, yeah, customer number, that's the one we want. Good. Inner join employees, that was the next step in the chain. Now this is the one where customers and employees have a different column name, so we have to go back to the original syntax with using on. So employees has employee number, but customers has sales rep employee number, if I remember correctly. Yeah, sales rep employee number. So they are two different names. So we have to say where customer dot sales rep employee equals, on sales rep employee number equals employees dot employee number. And then the last step in the chain is the offices. So we have our employees and offices. We're going to join these two together. Office code is the one that's inside of employees. And in offices, office code as well. So we can use that using now I can't use O here because I used O for orders, so I'm going to use off as a short for offices. So inner join offices is off using because it's the same column name in both places. Office code. There we are. So we have joined product lines to products, to order details, to orders, to customers, to employees, to offices. Just this big long chain. We have one where condition for the planes, and Sydney was the other part. So we'll say and inside offices, the city field, we want to have the value Sydney. There we go. Okay, so instead of having, without the ons or the usings, this would give us that 14.8 trillion. Let's see how many records we get now. 39. Okay, a much more reasonable result. And there's the result. So we got 39 rows back from this. And those are the values. So with this, you can also do additional where clauses. You can still do the order by. You can add up inside of here. You can add aggregate functions and then put your group by clause down at the bottom. You can still apply the limit. Everything else still works. It's just this is how you chain them together. You have to think about the order that you're going through the tables. All right, if you have any questions, feel free to leave those in the comments down below. I will provide a link to the SQL file that you can download to create the database. And I will also leave a copy of this SQL right here as a code gist as well. As always, thanks for watching.